Kind of odd. Last time I did a video on this computer, light shining in your face. Difficult. So I'm thinking in my life, how many times have I heard of people killing themselves? It's not the first time. Won't be the last time. So this young black dude, when we was growing up, he was a black belt in karate. He was like the neighborhood Bruce Lee. This brother was, he was like Bruce Lee, He even had an Asian girlfriend, had a baby. Apparently they had gotten an argument or whatever. She says, you ain't gonna see the baby or whatever. You know how women do. He took it serious, went to the bathroom and hung himself. First time I'd ever heard of a black person killing themselves. And then it was over a woman. It's over his emotions, his feelings. I remember one time I was being interviewed by a bunch of doctors. I was getting conditioned, checked out. And the lady says, you ever wish that you weren't here anymore? You ever feel sad about the things that happened to you in your life? I'm like, yeah. Every single person wishes or has said, maybe life would be better without me here. But not every single person is going to go take their life. So I told the lady, yeah, I've had those feelings, but no, I'm not going nowhere. I would never kill myself. No matter how bad life is, it's too tough to live. You tell somebody that goes to jail all the time, it's easy to go to jail. They be like, what are you talking about? It is so easy to get locked up and let somebody else just completely control your entire life. It's easy to do that. It's easy to go get locked up. It's easy to go just kill yourself. If you didn't have no reason to be here, you felt like everything's, it's easy. Because for the most part, we have been taught and we now believe nobody cares. Because in actuality, nobody cares. When you're hurting, life is down and stuff, nobody cares. And those that do care are the closest ones to you. Your son, your daughter, your mother, your wife, even some cousins. Those are the ones that care. But when you're feeling down and everything, those are the ones that you think that you're hurting the most. So it's a psychological block right there. It's like, I'm hurting these people. I have no reason being here. I should just live and their lives will be better. And you fail to realize that when you take that step, that what you thought was hurting them was just a part of their life. You destroyed, or you will destroy, you're thinking about destroying a part of them that you don't even know. Because we can't tell other people how to feel, and we can't even read other people's feelings. We can just make an assumption. Just like in a relationship. When you assume your girlfriend is doing something and she's not doing nothing, and you go do something. She's cheating, I might as well cheat. It's the same thing. People trying to read other people's minds to go through life. What are they going to think about me? Why are they looking at me like this? What do I look like in these people's eyes? We cannot go through life living an image. You know, you learn about how to be a human being and what being human is by watching sitcoms. Yeah, you watch sitcoms and soap operas to get a feel of what real life is supposed to be. That is not reality. You watch these football players and you think, I can do that. I played football. I played middle linebacker. I played cornerback. And when I watch these football games, I'm watching the games from the position I played. I'm reliving a moment in my life through these guys on the screen, giving them a false sense of godliness, worshiping them, cherishing them. But they're regular people, wondering how I'm going to be perceived by these other people. Why are they looking at me like this? What are they thinking? Do you ever wish that you weren't here? You ever think that you're a burden on somebody? It's too bad. Because to see the end is to be here to the end. To take a shortcut won't get you there any sooner. Won't put you at the front of the line. It'll be a memory that faded. Wow, remember this guy, that girl. I don't want to be a faded memory. I want to fade out in plain sight. I want my existence, good or bad, to be. Whether I can be healthy through the beginning or through the end or through the middle, depressed, happy, or sad. I want the story to play out completely. So yeah, sometimes I wish I was never born. But sometimes the world wishes that more were born like me. When that kid vanishes, never found again, when life snuffed out too soon, the entire world loses. Every human on the planet loses when someone cuts too short. Cuts too short. Boom. Done. Everyone loses. I once used to tell people, go to the oldest person in your family and let them tell you whatever they want to tell you. Ask them to speak and then put a video camera in their face. That's what we're doing. We are the record of humanity. How you choose to be remembered, how you choose to leave your legacy is truly totally up to you. But I would rather be seen at the end and remembered in a new beginning than to fade into now and become a memory. So, do I ever wish that I was not here because of the burdens in which I place upon other people? Do you wish that certain people wasn't in your life? And when that happens, then what do you think? Remember that argument you had, and then the person dies? That happens to everybody. How do you feel about that? So, when you look at your existence, you think this world is better with you or without you? That's not a judgment that you can make, because you can't speak for the world. You can only speak for what you think. And we all know sometimes we don't make the right decisions for ourselves. Sometimes we get the wrong thoughts. So what is meant to be What is already is what is meant to be. Now is meant to be. And I said in a video a few weeks ago, if today is tomorrow, what is yesterday? Yesterday is today. So if you've already been here and you've already done it, if your feelings are that explosive that you got to go, think about those who look up to the things that you've done, even when you think you've done nothing. Those people who you let down, who only root for you to get better. Think about them. So before I leave you, before I let this one go, think about yourself. Think about all the good you can cause. Forget about all the bad you've done, all the negativity that you feel as if you created. Go out and do something good for somebody other than yourself and build a better tomorrow for everybody around you. Don't worry about yourself no more, because nobody's worried about you. You don't worry about anybody else, so don't worry about yourself. Make things better for people around you, and then the people around you will make things better for you. Live in a world to where you're not just worried about number one. Because when you worry about number one, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they're all worried about number one. Nobody gets no love if everybody's worried about getting some love. So before you think about pulling that trigger, taking that dive, licking the electrical cord, sucking the pipe of the car, locking yourself in a room, the razor blades in the tub, driving off a cliff, walking out into traffic, hang gliding without a glider, testing the third rail. Before any of that goes through your mind, think about that little kid being abused over there. Walk over there and say, hey, you can't be abused forever. You can grow out of this. Whatever goes through your mind, think about it. Because you do more harm harming yourself than thinking you're doing good for somebody else. Think about your life and understand your life is just not yours. We're like a bunch of creatures in the movie The Dark Crystal. You're connected to somebody, and it's not just up to you. Every person on this planet needs that mirror image, something to look up to within inside themselves. Because the world may be down on you, and you may feel like you're all alone. But understand this, there's a million other people feel like they're all alone too. And what does that mean? That means you're not alone. Because being alone is to be completely isolated from yourself as a human being. Not feeling any feelings or having feelings. Being blank. A total slate with no meaning. There's no individual like that. So there'd be a delusion in your mind so grand that you're the only thing worth anything. That you're the only entity on the world. And your existence being snuffed out will definitely be forgotten. It's not true. From the day you step foot on this planet, you've given memories to people. Good, bad, and indifferent. Your existence is needed to keep on providing memories for other people. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your legacy is what you make of it. If you believe you're a lonely person, make somebody else feel as if they're not lonely. And learn from those mistakes you see other people make, and not make the mistakes that you've seen other people make. AIX. Life.